Hi, good morning, teacher.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
Mm, very well. And you?
So far, so good. Thanks for asking, and welcome to the class.
Thank you.
I'm always waiting for your classmates. Where are they?
I there.
I hope they join us soon. So let's see. Oh, I can see Saul. Hello, Saul. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Everything's good.
Excellent. Welcome to the class.
Thanks.
All right. So, guys, today is July 4th. Do you know what do we celebrate? Well, not us, but people in the United States.
Yes, the Independence Day.
Yes. So sometimes people who works from companies like customer service, they don't work this day, even here in El Salvador. So will you have day off or not?
No, no, on our case now that we have a lot of job to complete,
To do.
so I have
Oh,
to, yeah.
okay. All right. Well, anyway, so guys, we are going to start. Do you know what was the topic that we studied yesterday?
I'm not really sure.
You weren't here, right? I just remember. Sorry. Rocio, how about you?
I'm not here yesterday.
Oh, okay, no worries. So let's have a quick review so we can have the practice for today. Can you see the presentation?
Yep.
Okay, so today, guys, is July 4th. This is the class 17. Just a reminder, as I mentioned to your classmates yesterday, basically, guys, this is the last week. So we are going to have our speaking evaluation on the next Thursday and Friday. Okay, so if you remember in the last course, basically the speaking evaluation was here in the class, like an interview. So basically the speaking evaluation, it will be the same. Okay, so be ready for Thursday and Friday. We are going to have the last speaking evaluation. All right. I will give you the instructions today. So I'm just waiting for some classmate that they connect to the class. Well, yesterday we were talking about infinitive versus gerunds. Do you know what is the difference between infinitives and gerunds? Any idea?
Um,
Infinitives are the verbs in the base form, right?
Mhm.
Gerunds are the base using ing.
That's correct. Exactly. For example, if I say to go, that's infinitive. But if I say going, that is a gerund. Okay? So basically, what we studied yesterday is the difference between these verbs. And remember that in English, there is a rule that we cannot put two verbs together. Okay? So for example, imagine that I'm talking and I say, I like it. Can I say that? I like it.
I like to eat.
Ah, very good. I cannot put two verbs together. I need to separate them. How can I separate them? Well, in the case of like is a very flexible verb. So I can use the preposition to. I like to eat. But also, I have another option. I can say I like. Any idea? Look.
eating. Oh,
Exactly, very good. So I can use infinitive or I can use gerund. So in the case of like, it's pretty easy because I can use both. But there are some verbs that can be followed only by an infinitive, and there are some verbs that can be followed only by gerunds. And that is the case, one of the most common verbs is want. For example, if you say, I want eat, want is a verb that can be followed only by an infinitive. I want to eat. You can never say, I want eating. Okay, if you say, I want eating, that is incorrect. We cannot use a gerund after the verb want. The same happens, for example, with the verb, one of the most common is enjoy. Enjoy is a verb that only can be followed by a gerund. For example, you can say, I enjoy eating. Okay, but if you say, I enjoy to eat, that's not possible. That's an error. You cannot use infinitive after the verb enjoy. All right? So that is the meaning for this topic. That's the reason that this topic is important. Basically, guys, we need to memorize the verbs that can be followed by infinitives and the verbs that can be followed by gerunds. Yesterday, I was mentioned the importance of this topic because if you change, sometimes the meaning will change too. There are some verbs that if you use infinitive, they will have one meaning. There are some verbs that if you use infinitive or gerunds, the meaning can change. Okay? So let's see some of the most important verbs. Yesterday, I shared with you guys this list. These are not the only ones, but these are like one of the most common verbs. Okay, so these lists represent the verbs that can be followed by an infinitive. So if you use, for example, the verb agree, next verb is going to be in infinitive. For example, I agree to speak. I agree to go. Another example is, for example, if you use the verb plan. Plan has to be followed by an infinitive. We are planning to go out. I plan to work. Always followed by an infinitive. Important, look at this verb, would like. Would like, it's followed by an infinitive. If you have the verb like, only like, you know that you can use both. You can use infinitive and you can use gerunds. But if you have would like, so only infinitive. Is it clear so far? Everyone?
Yes, very clear.
All right. So unfortunately, as I mentioned yesterday, guys, there is not another option, but just memorize them. Okay? With the practice, it becomes easier. So my recommendation is to start practicing and try to memorize at least the verbs that are the most common. Okay? Now, this is the list of the most common verbs that are followed by gerunds. Again, they are not the only ones, but they are like the most common. So if you use these verbs, you need to use ing. Okay? So imagine if you say, for example, imagine, I imagine traveling to another country. Okay? Or if you use dislike, I dislike waking up early. With these verbs, you cannot use infinitive. So if you say, I dislike to wake up early, we use ing. Imagine if you say, what else? What else? Admit. I admit escaping from the exam. All right. So always use gerunds after these verbs. Got it? Yes?
Yes, got it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Ready for the exam?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, we're going to have more practice. No worries. Okay, important. There are some verbs that are pretty cool because they can be followed by both. Like is one of them. Like can be followed by a gerund or by an infinitive. It doesn't matter because the meaning it will be the same. So if you say I like to eat or I like eating, the meaning is the same. So these are some of the verbs that can be followed by both gerunds and infinitives, and the meaning is similar or they are the same. However, there are some verbs, and this is something that we checked yesterday. There are some verbs that can be followed by both gerunds or infinitives, but the meaning will change. And this is the case of forget. If you use forget with an infinitive, look, the meaning is different. So if you say, I forget to eat, that it's future, okay? We are talking about a future activity like, hey, I forget to eat, or I don't have to forget to send the email, okay? But if you use it with the ing, the meaning is going to be different because it's more like about the past. And I gave you the example yesterday. For example, if you say, oh, I forgot doing the homework, right? You are talking about the past. You are talking about an action that you forgot doing, but in the past. If you use it with infinitive, you are talking about an action that it will be in the future. So it is important, guys, to keep in mind this. Because if you use it with infinitive, the meaning is one. If you use it with gerund, the meaning can be different. All right. So this is something that for the ones that couldn't be in the class, please try to read this box, try to read the examples that are here so you can understand a little bit better how the meaning can change with infinitive or gerunds. Understood? Yes? Now, we're going to have a practice and I will show you some sentences. You have to tell me if the sentence is correct or wrong. If you think that is wrong, you have to tell me what the mistake is and correct it. Okay? So pay a lot of attention, everyone. Let me open up the exercise. Okay, look at this. Lisa is walking to the store to buy some groceries. What do you think? Is this sentence correct or wrong?
It's wrong
It's wrong. Why?
because we use a store to buy and we is a store to buy.
Okay. So it must be in infinitive. Everybody,
Yes.
do you agree?
Yes. Yes, how to be to buy.
Yes, that's correct. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Okay, how about this sentence? Is it correct or is it wrong?
I think it's wrong. You have to be serious to say.
Okay, she regrets to say. What do you think, guys?
But regret to say is using for bad news, right? And I think it's okay.
Okay. So everybody, correct or wrong?
Me is correct because she's regretting or not happy for an action, for a past action.
Okay, let's see. Very good. And what you say is totally correct. If we go back to the box, we have regrets over here. As your classmate mentioned, if we use regret with infinitive, we are talking about telling bad news. But if we use it with ing, look, the meaning changes a lot. Because if we use it with ing, it's because we are not happy with a past action. So let's go back into the exercise. If you see, she regrets saying anything to her sister. Is she giving bad news, or does she feel sad or unhappy because of something that she didn't do? In this case, look, she is not happy because she didn't say anything to her sister, right? Very good. So you see, if you use infinitive or if you use gerund, the meaning of the sentence can change. That's why this topic is very important. Okay, I need a volunteer for reading, please.
Okay. Oh, well.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Everyone in the neighborhood kept it to search for the lost child.
All right. So what do you think, everybody? Is it correct or wrong?
Kept it to search for the lost child.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's wrong. Why?
It means say keep searching.
Okay, let's see. And that's correct. Remember, look, the verb keep. In this moment, I'm going to send you guys on WhatsApp's group the list of the common verbs that are followed by infinitives and the ones that are followed by gerunds. Keep is one of the verbs that are followed by a gerund. So we need to say kept searching. Very good, very good. Okay, next one. Volunteer for reading, please. Just read, please. Go ahead. Nobody?
Don't wait going to the pool. It will get dark soon.
Thank you. Is it correct or wrong?
It's wrong.
Is it wrong? So what is the correct one?
Way to go.
Okay, don't wait to go to the pool. That's correct. Excellent. If you check the list, wait is followed by an infinitive. Okay, pretty good job. Very good. So far, so good. I liked it. Okay, how about this one? Fernando, can you read it?
Yes. John showed that he was interested in joining the swim team.
Thank you. What do you think, everybody? Is it correct or not?
I think it's okay.
It's okay, all right. Everyone, do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, I am agree. Yeah.
and that's correct. Now, remember what I mentioned yesterday. If you have a preposition, what happens with the verb after a preposition? Look, ing.
Angie. Mhm.
Exactly. But there is only one exception. What is a preposition that doesn't follow this rule? Do you remember?
No.
Which one?
No.
The preposition
Ah,
but.
but
If you have but and after but a verb, the verb not necessarily has to be in ing. That is like the exception. That's why, guys, it's very important to be careful, especially with the preposition for, because sometimes we say, this is for go to the beach. This is for buy a new laptop. Can I say that? Yes or no?
No, it's with ing.
Exactly. It must be with ing. For buying, for traveling. That's why there is a very common phrase that says, thanks for, what do we say? Thanks for come or thanks for coming? How do we say it? I'm sorry?
For coming.
Exactly. So we say, hey, thanks for coming, right? So after a preposition, the next verb is in ing or gerund. Okay, next one, please read the sentence. Okay,
He
Paola.
never,
Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
he never imagined to meet his wife in Miami.
Thank you. Is it correct or wrong?
Wrong.
For me,
What
it's
is
wrong.
what is the correct one?
Meeting,
Imagine meeting.
meeting.
Yeah.
Very good. Excellent job. So imagine is a verb that can be followed only by a gerund. Very good, guys. Excellent. Okay. Who wants to read? Okay, I'm going to pick someone. David, can you read the sentence, please?
I like arriving home before 8 p.m. to eat with my family.
Thank you.
With my family.
Okay, guys, is it correct or not?
Not. It must be I like to arrive.
I like to arrive. Okay, everybody, do you agree?
Like can be used with both, so I think it's okay.
Okay. So the final answer is correct, not?
For me, it's not correct.
It's not correct. It must be like, I like to arrive. Okay, let's see. Actually, it is correct. As Michelle says, like is for both. We can use like arriving or like to arrive, and the meaning is not going to change. Okay? Like is a flexible verb. Keep in mind that. Okay, the last one, look at this. Last night, she offered taking us to the airport on Thursday. So is it correct or wrong?
Ron,
Wrong, what is the correct one?
yes. Last night she offered to take us to the airport.
Okay, do you agree, everyone?
Yes, I'm agree.
Very good. So we have to say offer to take. All right, offered is one of those verbs that can be followed by an infinitive. Now, just remember, everyone, if I agree, can I say I am agree or I agree?
I agree.
Yes. So just don't add the verb to be, please. The verb to be is not in this sentence. It's just I agree. If it is in negative,
I disagree.
I disagree, or just I don't agree, but never
Agree.
with the verb to be. All right. Excellent. So easy or difficult, this topic, what do you think?
A little difficult
Yes,
because I have to memorize all the verbs.
it
Yeah, you have
is.
to have the table. If you want, you're pretty loose.
Yes, it is, guys. Honestly, this is a very difficult topic. And what
I don't,
happens is,
and I don't like it. I don't like too much this topic because that's the only way, because you have to memorize. There's
yes.
maybe for example, if you see a verb like that, is with ing. No,
Uh-huh.
you have to memorize everything.
Absolutely. Yeah, unfortunately, there is not a rule, as your classmate mentioned, right? Yeah, if it is ending in consonants or if it is ending in this vowel, you have to use ing, or if it is ending in this and this, use infinitive. Unfortunately, there is not like that. You don't have any other option but just memorize them. Okay. Now, it is difficult. Yes, totally. My recommendation is let's start memorizing the common verbs. Okay. With the time and the practice, of course, you will improve. But my recommendation is, okay, today I'm going to learn three verbs that are followed by infinitive. Okay, tomorrow I will learn three verbs that are followed by gerunds, and little by little, guys, okay? Because yeah, there is not another way, unfortunately. Okay, ready for the exam? Yes? Okay, let's have an exam, but this is going to be speaking. Oh, but by the way, before doing that, guys, I will give you, now that we have more people, I'm going to give you the instructions for the last speaking evaluation. Okay, can you see the presentation, everyone?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay, the last speaking evaluation, remember, is this week, this coming Thursday and Friday. So it's pretty similar to the evaluation that we have in the last course, if you remember. So basically it's an interview, is going to be in pairs and always here in the class. So the last speaking evaluation is not an audio, is here in the class, all right? What do you need to do? Well, let's prepare a question. In this case, guys, I want you to create questions using infinitives or gerunds, okay? So be careful. If you are going to ask a question using the verb, for example, the verb enjoy, remember, you need to ask using gerunds. So the idea is that you can use the verbs that I give you in the list. Just pick the verbs that you prefer. And the good thing about it is that you can use it in different grammar tenses. You can ask in future, in present, or in simple past. Okay, it doesn't matter. So for example, you can ask, what did you enjoy doing last year, for example? Or what did you enjoy doing on your last vacation? So this is in simple past, but you can do it in simple present. For example, hey, what do you enjoy doing at work? What do you enjoy doing in your free time? Okay, or you can ask in future. Hey, let's talk about your future, or let's talk about your plans for this coming weekend. What will you enjoy doing this coming weekend? Or what will you enjoy doing on your next birthday? So you can use the grammar tense that you prefer, present, past, or future. Got it? Yes?
Yes.
Cool. So let's prepare. I'm not going to tell you guys how many questions because in the previous exam, I mentioned only 5 questions, but some of you have more time. So I recommend you to create like as many questions as you want, just in case that you have like extra time, okay? So let's create questions using infinitive and gerunds in present, future, or past, as you prefer. Now, I want you guys to create questions also in third conditional. You already know the structure, so just be careful not to ask very personal questions. Remember, the third conditional is about regrets, and not everybody feels comfortable talking about their regrets. So try not to ask so personal questions like previous relationships or things like that, okay? Because, I mean, not everybody feels comfortable about it. Ask questions using past modals. You already know how to do it. In these moments, we are going to focus only in should have, could have, or would have, okay? You can use any of them. But again, not so personal questions, okay? Those are the topics that I wanted to create questions about. Got it? Yes?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now, important guys, during the evaluation, the teacher will ask you to report your classmates' answers, okay? So for example, imagine that you ask your classmate, hey, what did you enjoy doing on your last vacation? Okay, I can ask, I'm sorry, what did your classmate ask? And you had to report it telling me, he asked me, da-da-da-da-da, and you report the questions. Also, when you answer, you can say, I enjoyed eating pupusas, for example. I can ask you, I'm sorry, what did your classmate said? He said he, da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so I can ask you to use reported speech to report what your classmate said. Got it? Yes?
I have a question about it. This report speech will be immediately because immediately that the other person say something because maybe we can forget some things.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. And I'm not asking you to say it literal. Like, I know that sometimes your classmate can give a long answer. For example, yes, I enjoy eating pupusas, I eat, and he can gives a lot of details, right? I'm not asking you to report it everything, every single sentence. No, take 1 or 2 sentences that you remember and report it, okay? And yeah, it will be immediately. No worry about it. Don't worry about it. Now, here is an example. What's something you shouldn't have eaten last weekend? Okay, that could be a question using past modals. Okay. Let me think. Probably I shouldn't have eaten. Ta, 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 ta. Okay. When we are talking about third conditionals or past modals, I'm not going to ask you to report that because it's like more complicated. I'm just going to ask you to report the questions that your classmate asked in future, in present, or in simple past. Okay? Got it? Any questions so far? Yes? No? Is it clear?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, as I said, guys, I cannot give you specific numbers of questions. My recommendation is to create 5 questions. For example, you can create 1 question in future, 1 question in present, and 1 in past. Then you can create 1 question or 2 questions using the third conditional, and you can create 1 question using past modals. You can say 1 question with should have and 1 question with would have. Okay, that's all. If you see 5, 6 questions around that. Okay. Understood?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, let's practice. I'm going to send this information on WhatsApp groups, so no worries. Okay, I will share it with you. I'm going to give you some examples of questions that you can use when we are talking about infinitives. Okay, look at these ones. Can you see the questions, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
good. Look at the first one. What have you stopped doing recently? What is the grammar tense? Is in present, past, future?
Past.
In past.
Are you sure?
Past participle.
Mm,
Oh,
okay, but what
no,
is the name of the
no,
grammar
wait.
tense?
Is present perfect.
That's correct. Thank you. Look,
Because I just see the verb in past
in past.
and I saw the have. So
Exactly. So that is the key. Have is the key to identify the grammar tense. So this is an example of questions that you can use. Imagine in this case, I'm using the verb stop and I'm using the verb in gerund. So what have you stopped doing recently? Or look at the second question. What do you want to do? What is the grammar tense?
present.
It's
Simple
in
present.
simple present. So imagine if you ask your classmate, hey, what do you want to do on your next vacation? If your classmate say, I want traveling to another country. Is that correct? I want traveling. Can I say that?
No, because we have to use infinitive. I want to travel. Ta, ta, ta.
Exactly. Pretty good job. So this is just some examples of questions that you can ask when we are talking about gerunds and infinitives. Remember, you can do it in the grammar tense that you prefer. So you can say, for example, what is something that you will be thinking or things like that. You can change the grammar tense, you can change the verb. Just be careful to answer using the correct structure. We are going to practice these questions in order to have some speaking activity today. I'm going to send it on WhatsApp's groups. We don't have a lot of time, so let's try to speak a little bit. Guys, by the way, few people connect during the classes. I know that you are busy. I know that maybe you are tired, you have a lot of things to do, but remember, if you connect to the class, you can practice a little bit more and you will be more than ready for the exam. Okay, I already sent the questions on WhatsApp's groups. Can you see it?
Yes.
Excellent. Pretty good. Okay, just let me create the groups. Let's see. Okay, pretty good. Let's go to work, everybody. Do your best. Pay attention to the verbs so you can answer correctly. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, I have a question. We have to start answering the questions, and
Yeah.
after that, you're going to answer. Okay, I'm going to start. What have you stopped doing recently?
Mm, I stopped running. I stopped running recently because I have an injury in my knee.
Okay. It's that injury improving or it's still the same?
Oh, really? Okay. Well, this is just for answer the question.
Okay.
But okay.
Okay. Okay. um, now I think that you have to ask me.
Yeah.
Or okay.
Then the next one is, what do you want to do on your next vacation?
Well, in my next vacation, I want to go to California.
Okay.
Okay. Answer the next one. What is some?
Nice.
Okay, second question. What do you want to do on your next vacations, guys?
On my
Hmm.
next vacation. Oh, well, in my case, on my next vacation, I want to travel to Mexico.
Cool.
That's in my case. And you, Saul?
Well, I think I want to travel to a tropical paradise like a good beach, like
Good.
yeah.
Nice. Okay, and you, Saul?
Cool. In my next vacations, I want to go to the beach. In fact, maybe not necessarily traveling, but travel to another country. Sorry, but yeah, I just want to go to the beach. Okay.
Okay, first question. What is something you are thinking of doing next year? Oh my God.
Mm,
I don't know
well,
what I'm going to eat tomorrow. So,
in my case, I have clear in well, the next year, I'm thinking to well, I I want to get married the next year, so this is why I'm doing right now. This is why I'm thinking right now for the next year.
Nice.
and you, Saul?
I'm thinking to buy a dog because I need a new pet, and
Aww.
yeah, maybe a middle dog because I don't like the small dogs.
Oh, no. Well, I like more a small dog. A big dog is too much for me. It's too much work. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, it's right.
nice. Let me think. What is something you are thinking of doing next year? Um, mm, mm, mm.
Oh, we are doing the fourth the
I will do a plan of the places I want to visit very soon.
All Oh, sounds very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next question is, what is something you are thinking of doing next year?
I don't really think about it yet, but but I plan the next year. I would like to start a new certification, maybe. So something like that. And you, what is something you are thinking of doing the next year?
I'm thinking of transition to another role. I have said this before. I want to transition to DevOps, to a DevOps role. And actually, I am preparing for doing that and doing courses in night when I am not tired. I am going in a very slow pace, but eventually I will be there.
It sounds very cool. I like your plan for the next year.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay. The next question.
The next question is, what do you feel like eating for dinner tonight?
Is the question is about what do you want to eat, right?
Yeah, that's what it seems.
Yeah. I I don't know, but I would like to eat pasta. I really want the pasta. Alfredo pasta, maybe. I like the Italian food, so I would like to eat that. And what do you feel like eating for dinner tonight?
I haven't eaten pasta. The only that I know is macarrones, but I know I don't know if it's related.
Really?
But in my case, I would like eating tacos. Those are one of my favorite food.
They are very delicious.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Okay, the next question is, what is something you keep doing even though you don't like it?
Work. Sorry.
I was thinking the same.
No, no. It's a joke. I think that now don't I don't I keep doing anything. I not keep doing anything that I don't want to do or I don't like to do. I am okay now. I don't remember anything that I don't like. I don't like it and I keep on doing. So, and you, what is something you keep doing even though you don't like it?
I like to work, but there are some cases in which the work is annoying. For example, right now I am part of the support team, and there are times in which you have a queue of work you have to deliver or to complete, but the people want their tickets to be prioritized, and the the proper workflow will be today go to my manager and ask my manager for prioritization.
Prior.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
they don't do it. What they do is they send an email chain and they start copying people very high in the hierarchy. And
Oh
that is very stressful because I have another priorities to work.
yeah.
But in that way they force they force the work to be done, and that delays my work in another areas.
Yeah, so very bad. I don't know. I don't remember who tell me, but I remember that I think Steven said that you had you now had a very long quit now for like 15 or tickets for
Yeah,
All right, time's up. Let's wait for everyone to go back to the main room. All right, time's up. All right, welcome guys. Let's go back. Could you answer all the questions?
Almost.
Almost. Okay. So did your classmate answer using the correct form of the verb?
Yes.
Yes.
I think so.
In the question number 4, we have I think it's a little tricky because what do you feel like eating for dinner? So Salva and I was like, ¿cómo te sientes comiendo?
Ah, that's a
But
good one.
Saul explained to us the means. It's like, what do you like eating?
Exactly. So
But Salva and I was like,
how do you feel? Uh-huh.
Yeah, I feel the hamburger.
I can feel it with all my heart. No, but if you translate this verb into Spanish, what will be the translation? Feel like.
Siéntete como, o cómo te sientes.
Mm,
Como te gustaría comer.
Ajá.
close. Imagine that after around 12 at noon, somebody is telling you, hey, let's go to eat something. Yes, why not? Let's go to a restaurant. Okay. And that person will ask, what do you feel like eating for lunch? That means like, ¿qué te apetece? Right? So feel like is more like that, como, ¿qué te apetece? ¿De qué sientes ganas ahorita? I feel like eating hamburgers. Like, that means, se me apetece, right, comer hamburguesas. Or it's like, me gustaría comer hamburguesas. So basically, feel like it's been taken as only one verb. Se toma como que si fuese un solo verbo, like a unit. And feel like it would be translated as apetecer. Got it?
Yeah, it's a desire, right?
Exactly, yes. So sometimes, guys, you can find some of those verbs that are a little bit weird. So you have to be careful with them. There is another verb actually that is a little bit confusing, that is look forward to. Sometimes there are verbs that they have a preposition included. So with those verbs, you have to be careful with, okay? Did your classmates speak only in English?
Yes.
Excellent,
Yeah.
very good. Okay, I want to share with you with the dictionary the verbs that I want to share. Give me a second, let me open up the dictionary. Look at this. This is one of the most confusing verbs according to the structure. Look forward to. Have you ever seen that verb?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
If you use look forward to, look, the meaning is what you expect, okay? But this verb is very curious. This verb, it has to be taken as a full unit. And look, this verb is ending in the preposition to. So you might think, because I have the preposition to, the next verb, my logic says that is going to be in infinitive, but not, okay? If you use the verb looking forward to, the next verb will be in, look, gerund, okay? And you can say, why? Because in this case, the preposition to is part of the verb. So that's why I mentioned this verb needs to be considered as a full unit, okay? Be careful with this kind of verbs, specifically, guys, when we have phrasal verbs. Got it? Okay,
Got it.
pretty good.
But I prefer wait.
Yeah, wait, expect, okay? Don't complicate yourself. The problem is when you are talking to someone that prefers to look forward. Oops, that will be the problem. Okay, guys, we don't have more time. I already sent the instructions for the speaking evaluation, so please be ready. I'm sorry that I haven't sent the feedback, but the problem is that I don't have a lot of free time in the afternoon, so but I'm listening little by little, okay? Any questions before leaving?
No, just one. Sorry, teacher, I can't send my audio, so I will do it today.
Yes, do it. Do it. I will receive it. No problem. Paola, did you have a question?
Yes. When is the speaking evaluation?
Thursday and this week. It will be on Thursday or Friday. We have some doubts because I already asked if we are going to have classes on Friday. I haven't received the answer yet. In case that we don't have classes on Friday, we are going to have speaking evaluation on Thursday, and the ones that cannot pass on Thursday will pass until next Monday. Okay?
Nice, thank you.
Pretty good. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.